Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Zulaika Zamri with study number 226-13226 want to present Islamic perspective on cardiovascular health lifestyle intervention and conceptual foundation from the pharmacotherapy for cardiovascular disease or CVD remain one of leading cause of morbidity and mortality worldwide. This burden is largely driven by non-communicable disease patterns associated with modern lifestyle, including unhealthy dietary habits, physical inactivity, chronic psychosocial stress, and substance misuse such as alcohol. In many societies, health behavior is not shaped solely by biomedical knowledge but also by cultural and religious framework. Within the Islamic tradition, guidance derived from the Quran and Hadith extend beyond spiritual practice and provide ethical principles that govern daily behavior, including eating habits, stress management, and substance use. These principles have direct relevance to cardiovascular disease prevention. This paper will examine two conceptual articles. First paper by Khorasgani and the second one is by Lucas, and integrate them with empirical evidence from the Bunwandi et al. To critically evaluate how Islamic teaching alike with contemporary cardiovascular prevention strategies. So this is for the first paper, Islamic Lifestyle and CVD Prevention. The first paper by Khorasgani discuss how Islamic lifestyle practice can reduce cardiovascular risk. The author emphasized dietary moderation, avoidance of excess, and the prohibition of alcohol, which align with established cardiovascular prevention strategies. The paper also highlights Ramadan fasting as a potential mechanism for metabolic regulation, and mention functional foods such as honey for their antioxidant properties. In addition, psychosocial elements like spiritual relations and family support are described as protective against stress-related cardiovascular risk. However, the main limitation of this paper is that it is largely theoretical and lacks direct clinical or epidemiological evidence. This is the second paper, Heart in Quran and Hadith. The second paper by Lucas et al. Explores how the heart and cardiovascular system are described in Islamic texts. The author saw that early Islamic sources recognized the heart as both a vital physiological organ and the center of moral and emotional life. The paper also highlights the contribution of Ibn al-Nafis to the understanding of pulmonary circulation, demonstrating advanced medical insight during the Islamic Golden Age. While historically valuable, this paper is descriptive and does not directly address modern cardiovascular prevention. And then the next is the article with the title Behavior and Risk for Cardiovascular Disease Among Muslim Women in the United States. Empirical evidence and critical integration. To address the lack of empirical data in the previous paper, this integrates findings from the Budawani et al. 2018, a population-based study examining cardiovascular behavior and risk among Muslim women in the United States. The study showed that most participants report health behavior consistent with Islamic teaching. Nearly 85% consume fruit and vegetables daily, about 64% exercise regularly, and fewer than 20% consume alcohol. However, the findings also reveal important complexities despite healthy diet and low alcohol use. Approximately 42% of participants were classified as overweight. Additionally, U.S. pro-Muslim women had higher odds of alcohol consumption and elevated cholesterol compared to foreign-born women. The study also identified perceived stigma as a significant factor associated with increased cardiovascular risk. This result indicates that while Islamic lifestyle norms are protective, their effectiveness can be weakened by acculturation, psychosocial stress, and structural barriers. And then the last, in conclusion, the review literature demonstrates that Islamic teaching provides a coherent and holistic framework for cardiovascular health that aligns well with modern preventive medicine principles. Dietary moderation, alcohol avoidance, stress management, and ethical self-discipline are all consistent with evidence-based cardiovascular prevention strategies. However, this review also highlights that religious guidance alone is not sufficient. Real-world cardiovascular outcomes are shaped by social context, gender role, migrant status, and experience of discrimination. From a pharmacotherapy and clinical perspective, this finding emphasized the importance of culturally sensitive and congruent counseling. Integrating Islamic value into cardiovascular prevention program might improve patient engagement and adherence, but must be supported by evidence-based intervention and supportive health environment. Future research shall focus on longitudinal design, objective biomarkers, and intervention-based study to better quantify the cardiovascular benefit of Islamic lifestyle adherence. Maybe that's all from me. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.